Okay, hi children. Today's topic is electrical capacitance. Okay, but before going to this topic, yesterday I think we have seen that that is the previous class. We have seen electrostatic shielding, right? And what actually electrostatic shielding means? What is that? Inside a conductor, okay, the hollow conductor, the electric field will be zero. I think that we have seen, no? Inside a hollow conductor, the electric field is zero. Therefore it protects all the what is that, any delicate instruments. If it is to be protected from a heavy strong electric field, then it has to be kept inside a hollow conductor, that we have seen. Okay, we have a very important, that is here in this we have some day-to-day life. In daily life we have a very important application of it, where that I'm going to give you. See, because what is that, during for example, no, during thunderstorm which is accompanied by lightning. Okay, what is lightning? Lightning means, what is that? There is a connection between the cloud and the earth. The cloud gets charged, and the charge from the cloud actually flows towards the earth, thereby producing a very strong electric current. Okay, that time how to protect yourself? So we are actually, it is safer to be inside the car or inside a bus, whatever that, something inside, if you okay, rather than to be in any open ground or under the tree. Okay, that is very very dangerous. Okay, because the current is very strong. So that time you are advised, what is it, if you are out, if you are inside the car, you are fully safe, or if you are inside any bus, truck, whatever is that, okay, then you are safe. Why? Because the metallic body of the car, bus, whatever it is, any truck, whatever is that, okay, that actually provides the electrostatic shielding from the, what is that, strong electric field produced due to lightning. Okay, so that is very very important. Therefore, which says that the electric field inside any cavity is zero. Electric field inside any cavity is zero. Okay, because here this I left it yesterday, that is why. Okay, so that is about the application of very important application, one of the application, very important application of electrostatic shielding. Right, now shall we go to electrical capacitance now, today's topic? Therefore, what is electric capacitance? See, electric capacitance of a conductor, capacitance of a conductor is nothing but is the ability of the conductor to store the electric charge, okay, or the electric energy in it. Okay, therefore what is the electric capacitance? Electrical capacitance of a conductor is the ability of the conductor to store charge in it or to store electric energy in it. Okay, therefore, see, if a conductor, I have one conductor here, let it be of any shape. Okay, see, this is a conductor, let it be insulated, right? So a conductor, I am giving, if I give charge to the conductor, if I am giving, going on, I am depositing charge, I am giving charge to the conductor, what happens? Its potential V will increase. I am giving Q charge to the conductor. Therefore, what happens? It will increase the potential of the conductor. As I give charge to a conductor, what happens? Its potential, electric potential of the conductor will increase. Are you following? Therefore, you can say that if a charge Q is given to the conductor, then the potential of the conductor is, what is that? Increased by V. If a charge Q is given, a potential is increased by, potential of the conductor is increased by V. Are you following? Therefore, you can even say from this, a potential of the conductor is directly proportional to the charge given to the conductor. Are you following? Okay, therefore, it is able, see, once again, it is the ability of the conductor. That doesn't mean that, see, if you are giving the charge to it, this conductor is having some ability to store the charge. Till then only it will accept the charge. If you are pouring more and more charge, it won't. It has its own ability to store the charges. Okay. So beyond that, if you are giving, then what those charges will be leaked out. It will be leaked out. Okay. It can hold only certain amount of charges. The charges that is given by its capacitance, electrical capacitance or electrical capacity, whatever is that. Okay. Both are same. Now coming back, see, the potential of the conductor is directly proportional to Q. Therefore, you can even say Q is proportional to V. Okay, therefore you can say Q is equal to C into V. C into V. Are you following? Therefore, from this, therefore you can say that from what is C? C is what is called C. Now it is nothing but electrical capacitance of the conductor. Electrical capacitance of the conductor. Hope you're following. Okay, therefore I think you can from this C, that is equal to Q by V now. Q by V. Therefore you can say the capacity of a conductor, electrical capacity or electrical capacitance of the conductor, okay, yes, nothing but the ratio between, okay, the charge given to the conductor and okay, rise in its potential. It is the ratio between the charge given to the conductor and okay, its rise in potential. Okay, therefore there is a, because of giving Q, there will be rise in its potential. Therefore, see, it is the ratio between charge given and the rise in potential is given by, potential of the conductor is given by, what is that? The capacitance of the conductor. Therefore, capacity of the conductor is the ratio between the charge given to the conductor and its rise in potential. Okay, right. Now, you know that what is Q is proportional to V now. If you are asked to plot a graph between Q and V, definitely I think you know now, proportional na. So it has to be a straight line. It has to be a straight line, correct? Right. Therefore, from this very important one, the Q by V, if it is a straight line, Q is proportional, V means what is that? C, that is equal to Q by V na. That is a constant. That is nothing but a constant, which says that your capacitance of the conductor is independent of V and it is independent of CS. Okay, independent of V and Q. Why? If there is Q, increase in Q, V will also increase, so that the ratio will be the constant. Okay, therefore it is independent of the capacitance of the conductor is independent of V and Q. Then on what factors it depend? See, it depends on, okay, it is, what is that? It is actually it depends on, number one is size of the conductor, so shape of the conductor, okay, and also the medium in which the conductor is kept. Okay, therefore capacitance of the conductor or electrical what is the capacitance or electrical capacity, everything is same. Okay, therefore the capacity of the conductor or capacitance of the conductor electrical capacity, okay, capacity, capacitance, everything is same. Once again I'm repeating. Okay, so electrical capacity of a conductor, yes, what is that? Already you can say independent of V and independent of Q. Okay, yes, also is independent of what is that? V, Q, also nature of the conductor. Nature of the conductor. It is independent of all these factors. It is independent of V, it is independent of Q, and also it is independent of nature of the, which conductor is that? It is independent of that. Then on what factors it depends then? It depends on capacity of the conductor, of the conductor depends. Okay, it depends on number one, what is the size of the conductor, shape, it depends very much on shape of the conductor, okay, and you can say the medium in which conductor is kept. Are you following? So these are all the dependence of dependence on which factor it depends, and in which factor capacity does not depend, that we have seen now. Okay, now once you know this, now what I want to give is medium. I think medium means any medium. In which medium? Okay, that depends. That we will see later. Anyhow, okay. Now see, we just now we have seen that Q that is equal to CV. Picture. Now when V that is equal to 1 volt, when V is equal to 1 volt, then your capacitance is nothing but QC is equal to Q. Okay, therefore that gives you one more definition here. Okay, what is that? The capacitance of the conductor is numerically equal to, okay, the charge required, amount of charge required to raise its potential by 1 volt or by unity. Okay, so you can give what is the capacitance of the conductor is numerically equal to, okay, the charge required, the amount of charge required to raise its potential by unity or by 1 volt. Are you following? Right. Therefore, this is next one is the capacitance means the value of capacitance is always negative. It won't take negative. Always positive. Sorry, the capacitance, the value of capacitance is always positive. The positive quantity, capacitance is a positive quantity only. Okay, it won't take negative value. Right. Now, therefore, what is the unit of capacitance? What is the unit of capacitance? C, you know that C that is equal to Q by V now. Q by V. What is the unit for that? What is the unit for Q? Which means what is Q? Coulomb. Okay, and divided by volt. V is volt. Correct? Therefore, this is nothing but, okay, unit of C. Okay, it is Coulomb per volt. That is nothing but, it is Coulomb and this is capacitance C. Okay, so let me write only Coulomb per volt. No need for, because you will definitely you'll get confused. Okay, you will. I know. Okay, therefore that is Coulomb per volt is there. No, that is what is called farad. It is what is called farad. Okay, therefore this is just to honor Faraday, because he did several experiments here that okay, therefore with he did some work on this. Okay, so that is why, what is that, to honor him, what is that, the capacitance unit is given in farad. Okay, therefore now we are going to see dimension now. But this farad, no, this farad is a very huge unit. Okay, therefore no conductor will have a capacitance in farad. Just farad is very huge unit. So usually it will be capacitance of the conductor C will be of 1 microfarad. Okay, or what is a nanofarad? Okay, so nanofarad means what is that? 1 microfarad, or nanofarad means, or C maybe that is equal to 1 into 10 power minus 9 farad. Okay, nanofarad, it is that is equal to 1 into 10 power minus 6 farad, or it is nanofarad. See, Okay, therefore nano 1 nanofarad means it is 1 into 10 power minus 9 farad, and it may be equal to 1 picofarad. It can be given in this. Okay, for 1 into picofarad means minus 12 farad. Okay, so usually because a farad is a very huge unit, so usually what is that? It will be given capacitance unit of what is that? Capacity is given in terms of micro, nano, or picofarads. Okay, because is okay. Now shall we go for dimension? Therefore, dimension of tell me now dimension of dimension. What is that? Dimension of C, capacitance. Tell me now what is that? C, that is equal to Q by V na. That is what is Q by V. V is nothing but work done per what is that? Unit charge. Okay, it is what is work? It is work done in moving a unit charge from one point to another. That is a potential difference na. Therefore, that is nothing but you can say it is Q squared by W, work done. Okay, that is enough now to give the dimension. What is Q squared? Q is AT na? Charge. Charge is nothing but what is the dimension? AT. Q is equal to I into T. Okay, and therefore AT. AT, but Q squared, that is whole squared divided by work done. Work done is M L square T power minus 2. L square T power minus force into displacement. Okay, therefore you will be getting this one as okay, A squared. Okay, okay, why first A squared? We will see from okay. What is that? M power minus 1, L power minus 2, correct? L power minus 2, T power 4, and A squared. M power minus 1, L power minus 2, T power 4, and A squared. Is it clear? Okay, so this is the dimension for what is that? Capacitance. Hope you're following, right? Now, a very one small, very direct numerical problem. We'll see after we'll go to the next topic. Okay, so what is that? See, a potential difference. A potential difference of 250 volt is applied across applied on a conductor. Okay, calculate the charge on the conductor. Okay, therefore what is that? It is V is equal to 50 volt, direct question anyhow, but okay, then what is a potential difference applied? Calculate the charge on the conductor, and wait, calculate the charge on the conductor applied across the plate of conductor of capacitance. That is very important. Of capacitance, something is missing here. Capacitance, you can say 10 picofarad. 10 picofarad. Okay, is applied on a conductor of capacitance 10 picofarad. Therefore, what is C? C, that is equal to 10 picofarad. Therefore, it is 10 into 10 power minus 12 farad. Okay, that is equal to 10 power minus 11 farad. So, V and C are ready. You have to find out Q. That's it. Q that is equal to CV, and that is nothing but 250 into 10 power minus 11 coulomb. Okay, that is nothing but, you can say 250, therefore it is, you can say it is 2.5 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb, nano coulomb. 2.5 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb. Therefore, that is the charge. Is it clear? Right. Now, simple direct substitution bit. Okay. Next one. Next is very, very important topic. What is principle of the capacitor? Principle of capacitor. See. First, what is a capacitor? Because principle of, see, I have not introduced the term capacitor to you now so far. It is so far conductor. What we have seen is, it is, what is that capacitance of a conductor only we have seen. Correct? So far, we have seen electrical capacitance of the conductor. Okay? And, but now I am going to introduce what is our term, what is called capacitor. What do you mean by capacitor? Then, after that we will go to the principle. First you know what is a capacitor. A capacitor is nothing but it's an arrangement for storing large amount of what you can say electric charge and hence electric energy. Electric charge means definitely electric energy in a very small space. In a very, very small space. Okay, that is what is called a capacitor. What is capacitor? Capacitor is nothing but it's an arrangement, okay, for storing a huge amount of charge, okay, and hence electric charge and hence electric energy in a very small space. Are you following? So now, so knowing what is a capacitor, now we are going for principle of capacitor. How a capacitor is used for a very what is that, storing huge amount of electric charge in a very small space, that we are going to see. Okay, now see, principle of capacitor. For that, first I have a plate. Okay, a small what is it, a metallic plate here. This is the metallic plate, okay, and that is AB. There is A, metallic plate A, which is it is insulated. Okay, let me have that. It is insulated from earth. Okay. Okay. Therefore, now what I am going to do is, and now I am going to give, okay, some positive charge to A. Okay, positive charge is given to this plate A. Okay, so I am giving, okay, giving potential will slowly, you know, that increase. I am giving positive charge. Okay, okay, it is accepting, is it, which means its ability is there. It is accepting till, what is that? Its potential becomes maximum. Its potential becomes maximum. That's all. That is, what is that? Till its potential becomes maximum, I am, what is that, going on giving charge to A, and it is also accepting it. Only up to, what is that, its potential becomes, what is that, maximum, let it be V max. Okay, how much charge I have given? I have given V max to increase to what is the increase its potential to V max. I am giving a charge that is Q. Let it be. Okay, Q. Oh, okay, let me have one charge. Here is okay, it is a Q. I'm giving a charge Q. Right. Now, if I give more than that, see, already its potential has become maximum. If I, even after that, if I give charge to A, it won't accept it, because its capacity is that it can hold only Q amount of charge. Okay, if you extra one charge is given to it, no, please stop. Why? Because all the extra charges will be leaked out because its capacity is to hold only Q amount of charge. Hope you are following. Okay, right. Now what I'm doing now? I am bringing, okay, one nearby, near to this. I am bringing one uncharged conductor. Okay, I am bringing one uncharged conductor, that let it be also insulated. This uncharged, okay, conductor. I am bringing an uncharged conductor, okay, and near A, conductor, let it be B. Conductor B, I am bringing a conductor, uncharged conductor near A. Okay, right. And once I am bringing B near A, immediately what happened? Therefore, because of induction, okay, negative charge, because there will be, what is that? All the electrons, the negative charge here, electrons will be accumulated to the to the left of B, and leaving the other side of the plate will be, what is that, positive. Okay, hope you are following. So why? Because I am bringing an uncharged insulated conductor B near A. Okay, therefore what will happen? Once I am bringing uncharged conductor, what will happen? Therefore this left side is a negative charge, that is very much closer to A, then the right side positive charge. Okay, so negative charge on A, on B is closer to the plate A than the, what is that, the positive charge on positive charge, because positive is slightly far off from the plate A, correct? Therefore what will happen? The positive charge, the negative charge will, okay, try to decrease the potential of A. Okay, the negative charge will try to decrease the potential of A, whereas the positive charge will try to increase the potential of A. Okay, therefore two things are happening here. See, because when I am bringing B very close to A, okay, there will be induction. Due to that, what is that? The charge in the left side, negative charge will be induced, and the positive in the right side, positive charge will be induced. Okay, therefore the negative charge is very closer to A than that positive charge. Therefore the negative charge has more influence on the plate A than the positive charge of B, correct? Therefore negative charges, they try to decrease the potential of A, but the positive charge, because already A is positive now, therefore positive charge on B try to increase the potential on A. But which is more effective here? Negative charge only. Why? Negative charge is closer to A than the positive charge on B. Okay, therefore what will happen? Which is highly influential here? Your negative charge, okay, is having lot of influence on A charges than the positive charges on B. Therefore what will happen? Net potential, okay, negative charge will try to decrease the potential, and positive charge on B will try to increase the potential of A now. Therefore net potential of A will decrease. Why? The negative charge is having more influence here. I think, hope you are following. Okay, therefore what happens? Net potential of A will decrease. Therefore what that is V now, what is the potential of V now? It is decreased to V, to V1. Okay, now net potential of A is decreased to V1, where V1 is less than V max. It was having, this potential was V max before. Now by bringing, what is it, B, another conductor near it, what happens? Its potential is decreased to V1. Are you following? Therefore potential of A is decreased. Once the potential of A is decreased, okay, now I can add some more charges to A. Okay, even now A will accept now. Why? Because its potential is not equal to V max now. It has decreased to V. So, initially the how much charges I have given, Q amount of charges I have given. So, I can add, everything is example only. Okay, just I am giving you some. Okay, when if its charge was Q before, now I can add some more charges Q1 to it. Q1 to where? A. Till its what is that? Potential becomes V max. Are you following? Because V1 to V max karna hai na. Yeah, already it is V1. It has become. It is reduced to V1. I want to make it to maximum potential V max once again. What? How to do? Just by adding some more charges to it. How many charges here? Q1 amount of extra Q1 amount of charges are given to A, so that its potential now it is increased from V1 to V max. Okay, now by bringing B, another uncharged capacitor near A, it's the capacity of A is increased now. Why? It is able to hold more charges now. Before that it was having only Q. If you are giving even one more charge to it, it will be leaked. It says, okay, stop it. I don't want. Okay, because my capacity is only to hold Q amount of charges. But now, by bringing B near it, okay, its potential decreases. A potential decreases to V1. Now it is ready to accept some more charges. That how many charges here? Q1. You can give Q1 amount of charge to it, so that its potential is once again, it is to bring the potential once again to V max. Therefore, the capacity of the conductor A is increased now. Hope you are following. Okay. Now next one, what I am doing? No, I am not happy. Even I want to increase its capacity more. I want A to hold some more charges. Okay. So what can be done? What can be done? What I am doing is I am B. I am earthing B. Once it is earth, see the positive here, B left side negative charges are there now. That is bounded to the positive charges in A. Hope you are following. Once I am earthing, what will happen? The left side of B is having negative charge and that is bounded to positive charge in A. So, because of the positive charge, it will get bounded with A. But the right side positive charges are there, no? Those charges, what it will do? It will go to earth. It will go to earth. Positive charge won't go, but electrons from earth, it goes there to neutralize the positive charge. Therefore, hope you are following. Okay, therefore all the positive charges will go to earth. Why? Because you are earthing. The positive charge, I am telling, positive charge will not go, but the electrons from the earth, it comes here and to neutralize the positive charge. Let me rub the now. Therefore now everything has gone to where? Everything now it has gone to earth. All the positive charges. Okay, now it has gone to earth. Okay, hope you are following. Now see, when the positive charges were there, okay, it was trying to increase the potential of A now. Okay, now the positive charges it has gone. Okay, once it has gone, the potential of A is now greatly decreased once again. Abhi to V max mein hai na. Abhi what it is V max. Now once again what I am doing? I am earthing. Once I am earthing, then its potential has greatly reduced to V2. Okay, are you following? After earthing. So now I am doing after okay, after earthing, okay, B. Okay, what will happen? The potential, okay, potential VA, potential of A will once again reduce. Okay, so once again it is reduced from, what is let it be, that is V2, reduced, that is, what is it, is V2, and V2 is less than Vmax. Now it is reduced to V2. This one example I am telling, it is reduced means it is the value I am giving, some value, V2. So, and what happens, it is once again potential is of A is reduced. Now, even now it is, okay, now it is ready to accept some more charges. Now it is ready to accept some more charges. Some more charges means I am giving Q2 charges, more extra Q2 charges I am giving to A. So as to, okay, already it is holding Q plus Q1 now. Q plus Q1. Now I am adding Q2 also to it. Why? Because the potential is reduced to V2. So I am giving what is a Q2 charge to it. Okay, so as to make its potential once again to Vmax. So as to increase its potential to Vmax. Are you following? So very important now. Previously, before bringing B, it was holding only Q amount of charges. But on bringing, okay, an uncharged conductor near A, okay, it is able to hold extra Q1 plus Q2 charges. Q1 plus Q2 charges to it. Therefore, now it is ready to hold Q plus Q1 plus Q2 charges here, which says that the capacity of the conductor is increased by what? By bringing an uncharged earthed conductor near it. Okay, so this is the principle of capacitor. This is the principle of capacitor. Are you following? Capacitor means, don't think that very small, thin sheets, very thin sheet. And the distance of separation A and B, they are very close. It's not that this is exaggerated. Okay, very close. And in between them, it will be air medium will be there, or any dielectric medium, paper, mica, glass sheet, thin sheet. Okay, thin plastic sheet, like that. Okay, it's very small. So, but it can hold a very large amount of charges. Are you following? So this what is a combination of A and B, two plates? Okay, this is what is called a capacitor. This is what is called a capacitor. Are you following? Before that, only conductor. By bringing B, now it has become a capacitor. So what is the principle of capacitor? What is that? Once again, I repeat. See, the capacitance or electrical capacitance or capacity of a conductor, okay, is increased by bringing an uncharged earthed conductor near it. Uncharged earthed conductor near it. That is what is called the principle of, what is that? It is the principle of capacitor. Are you following? So this is very once again I repeat, what is that? The principle of capacitance is that capacitance or capacity of a conductor is increased by bringing an uncharged earthed conductor near it. Okay, this is what is called the principle of capacitor. Okay, and this is what is called, this is nothing but, this is nothing but capacitor. Okay, what is it? This arrangement of A and B. Okay, that is what is called capacitor. Are you following? Okay, now we are going, see the capacitor. You can say that there are different types of capacitors are there. See, capacitor parallel pair, if the two plates A and B may be, what is that, two thin sheets. Therefore, it is what is called parallel plate capacitor. See, okay, there are different types of capacitors are there. See, the two conductors A and B are there. Now, if A and B are actually or plane, okay, then you can say that it is a parallel plate capacitor. Okay, and if A and B are spherical in nature, then you can say that it is what is a spherical capacitor. If A and B are cylinders, okay, then it is what is called cylindrical capacitor. Okay, different capacitors are there. Now, but how to, what is the circuit symbol for capacitor? Circuit symbol circuit symbol for capacitor is, see, two parallel lines. This is the capacitor. Okay, this is the circuit symbol for any type of, it is not only parallel plate capacitor, but it is for cylindrical capacitor, spherical, whatever is that, this is the circuit symbol. Okay, and what variable capacitor, if I can change the capacitance of the capacitor, then you can say this is a variable capacitor. Are you following? So it is a variable capacitor. Okay, then where are we using capacitor? You should see, we use the capacitance, capacitor, or it is also called condenser. Very old name is condenser. Capacitor or capacitor, or it is also called condenser. Okay, condenser, I think now you know where are we using. Usually it is fans and all it is used, no? Okay, electric fans and electric motors, everywhere we are using capacitors, even all AC circuits and all. Okay, oscillator circuits, like called oscillator circuit, we have, there's a wide application of capacitor that we will see even in our chapters that is AC and all. Okay, so this is about what is the principle of capacitor. And next one we are going to see what is a parallel plate capacitor. Now we are going to see now in detail, because in your syllabus there are capacitors, spherical capacitor, cylindrical capacitor, everything is there, but in your syllabus what is there? Only parallel plate capacitor is there. So we are going to see parallel plate capacitor. Okay, parallel plate capacitor, what is that? So you see, but this is you mostly it is one, this capacitor is only actually used very common. Okay, therefore it consists of, okay, two thin conducting plates. Okay, two thin conducting plates. Okay, and here it is, okay, insulated, and okay, and let me name it 1 and 2. Okay, and both are having, the area is A, okay, and the plate 2, because it's we have seen A and B now, so this is the right side of 2 is earthed. Okay, and I am giving charge to it, therefore the charge on A here, it is given Q, plus Q. Therefore, what is the charge appearing on the plates? It is very close, and the distance of separation here is D. Okay, let me have, distance of separation is D. Okay. Okay, here and distance of separation is D. Okay, when they are kept very close, therefore what will happen? Because of induction, here equal amount of charges will be plus Q, means here it will be charge, here it will be minus Q. Okay, area is same, both the plates have the same area, that is A. Okay, therefore surface charge density for the plate for 1 is plus sigma, and here it is minus sigma. Surface charge density for this plate 2 is minus sigma. Okay, and therefore already I think we have seen what is one of the method for producing a uniform electric field is two plates having what is a plus sigma and minus sigma, which are separated by some distance. We have seen, no, plane sheet of charge, electric field intensity to a plane sheet of charge. There, so one a special case we have seen how to produce a uniform electric field. So here you see here plus sigma. One is having a surface charge density plus sigma, and two is having a surface charge density minus sigma. Therefore, definitely between these, what is that? These two plates, there will the electric field will be uniform. Correct? Uniform electric field will be there. Okay, let that be E. Electric field is E here. Hope you are following. Okay, right. Now, therefore, what is the surface charge density on plate A? On plate A, not A, 1. What is surface charge density? Sigma, that is equal to Q by A. On plate 2, what is sigma? Sigma, that is minus sigma, that is equal to minus Q by A. Correct? Minus Q by A. Right. Therefore, you know that here, this we have seen the special case, here electric field is 0. To the left of 1 and to the right of 2, electric field will be, that is equal to 0. This we have seen already. Okay. Therefore, electric field is existing only between the plates, in the region between the two plates 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Therefore, now what is the electric field? We are going to see in between what is the electric field. Okay, hope you are following. This and all are new. Already we have seen. See whether you have studied these things. Okay, already we have seen that this side left of 1 and right of 2, there is no electric field. Okay, only in between a uniform field is there. Okay, therefore, now what is the electric field in the region between, two plates? Okay, and let me have, they are separated by vacuum or air. In between there is no other medium except, that is, what is that? Vacuum or air is there. Therefore, in between the two plates, okay, the electric intensity. Okay, I don't want. In between the two plates, okay, the electric intensity. Intensity E, that is electric field. Okay, E, that is equal to, call in between, what is that? That is equal to sigma by epsilon naught. No? If there is, what is a vacuum here, therefore it will be sigma by epsilon naught. Correct? Therefore, what is sigma by epsilon naught? Electric field, that is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into Q by A. Q by A. Sigma by epsilon naught now, E is equal to, therefore it is 1 by epsilon naught into Q by A. So, this is the electric field. Let it be equation number 1. You have idea about electric field. Once you know what is electric field, okay, between the plates, then what is the potential difference between the plate? Therefore, what is the therefore, the potential difference between the plates, okay, is given by, let it be V. V, that is nothing in terms of E and D. E and D is equal to E into D na. You know E is equal to dV by dr. Okay. Therefore, what is that? Use that one. Therefore, here dr is the distance of separation, that is D. Okay. And potential difference is V. Therefore, V, that is equal to E into D. Hope you are following. Okay. E, what is the unit for V? E is equal to volt per meter na? Volt per meter. Therefore, V is equal to, what is the electric field into the distance, E into D. Okay. Unit for E. Unit. Okay. Okay. Therefore, that is nothing but, therefore V, that is equal to E. I think already equation number 1 kya hai? Q by what is that? Q by epsilon 8. Q by epsilon naught A na, Q by epsilon naught A, okay, into D. This is your, what is that, potential difference. So you have idea about what is that potential difference between the plates now. Okay, therefore, but what I want here is capacitance. See, what is a parallel plate capacitor? Now, parallel plate capacitor is what is the, now we are going to find out what is the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. Therefore, the capacitance or capacity, capacitance both are same. Okay. What is that, of the parallel plate capacitor, that is nothing but C, let it be. Okay, C, that is equal to, you know, Q by V na, Q by V, and therefore what is C? Q, what is Q divided by C, that is equal to Q by, what is V here? Equation 2 make, what is V? QD by A epsilon naught. Okay, therefore Q and Q will get cancelled up. What is C? C is equal to, it's very bad, C, that is equal to epsilon naught A by D, epsilon naught A by D. So this is okay, the required expression. Okay, so this is the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is nothing but epsilon naught A by D. Why epsilon naught? Why? Because in between the two plates, what is there? Air or vacuum. That is why you can say that C, that is equal to epsilon naught A by D. Okay, right. Now, what happens when, see, if the plate is filled with the space between the plate is filled with some dielectric, some medium. Okay, therefore, what is that? That medium, if, okay, if the, what is that? If the insulating material is some insulating material, okay, the space, if the space between the plates, here it is air inside, okay, therefore so far we have seen only air is inside between the plates. Now if the space between the plates, okay, is filled with okay, a medium, okay, of, okay, permittivity, electric permittivity epsilon, okay, are you following? It is absolute permittivity, okay, it is of medium of absolute, you can say absolute permittivity, what is that, epsilon, okay, and or relative permittivity, or in terms of relative permittivity, epsilon r usually na, epsilon r, it is absolute permittivity is epsilon, relative permittivity, that is epsilon r. Epsilon r has some other name, okay, permittivity, relative permittivity of the medium, okay, it is also called, that is nothing but dielectric constant of the medium na, K, that is dielectric constant of medium, okay, with which I am filling the space between the two plates. Okay, are you following? Therefore, how to find out? I want what will happen to its capacitance now? What will happen to its capacitance? Now, see the medium between the plates, the medium, I am filling the space with some medium of dielectric constant, that is K. Now, what will happen to its capacitance? Seen that the capacitance of the capacitor is increased. The capacitance of the capacitor is increased. Cm, that is what is called. Okay, why? With the medium. Okay, therefore, capacitance of the capacitor is increased when compared to, what is that? The capacitance of the capacitor with the no medium. With the no medium means with the vacuum, that we have seen, that is C is equal to epsilon naught A by D, है ना? Okay, therefore C that is equal to क्या है? That is epsilon naught A by D, है ना? Okay, so C medium is more than C. When you are filling the space with some dielectric medium, okay, then its capacitance will increase. Capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor will increase. Are you following? Therefore, by what amount? By what amount? That is, okay, you can say that, okay, by an amount that is K. By an amount that is K. How? How it is K is nothing but, already I think we have seen dielectric constant of the medium in terms of force. Force, what is that? Force of interaction between the two charges held at a certain distance in vacuum divided by force of interaction between the same two charges held at the same distance but in the medium. That we have seen, no? K is nothing but, already recall. Okay, recall. K that is equal to F naught by F na. F naught by F. That is nothing but epsilon epsilon by epsilon naught. Epsilon by epsilon naught. This we have already seen. Okay. Now we have seen in the, so but now I am going to give. So it is nothing but the K is a ratio between F naught and F, or it is epsilon permittivity of the medium divided by permittivity of free space. That is nothing but K. Why K is nothing but epsilon or relative permittivity, na? Hope you are following. Okay, that is nothing but epsilon r. Everything is already taught. Okay, now I am going to give one more definition for K. What is K? K is nothing but, it is a ratio between capacitance of the capacitor with the dielectric medium in between the plates, and it is divided by the capacitance of the same capacitor with, what is that? Air or vacuum between the plates. Okay, that is nothing but a C. We have taken that one as C. C means what is a no medium in between the plates, that is either vacuum or air. Therefore, that is K. Okay, therefore K, what is this relative constant of the medium? Okay, is nothing but, if I am filling the capacitor plates with the medium of dielectric constant K, okay, then what is K here in terms of the capacitance of the capacitors? Of the capacitor with the medium and without medium. Okay, it is K that is equal to Cm by C. What is Cm? Cm is nothing but capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor with the, what is that? Capacitor with the dielectric medium between the plates. And what is C here? Okay, it is nothing but the capacitance of the same capacitor with the vacuum or air between the plates. Okay, okay. Therefore, which implies your Cm is nothing but Kc. Kc. Okay. Cm is nothing but K into C. And therefore, what is that? That is nothing but, okay, what is that? That is nothing but K into C क्या है? Epsilon naught A by D. Epsilon naught A by D. Hope you are following. Okay, and that is K is nothing like epsilon or a relative permittivity. Relative permittivity of the medium is nothing but dielectric constant of the medium. So I can even replace by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught A by D. Okay, and epsilon naught is nothing but epsilon. Okay, epsilon A by D. Epsilon A by D. Are you following? Therefore, see, when you are keeping a medium inside, the capacity of the capacitor is increased. It is able to store more charges. Okay, why is it clear? When compared to no medium inside. Are you following? By how much amount? By it is, what is the C into K. Okay, depending upon the dielectric constant of the medium inside what you are filling, okay, the capacitance also will vary. Hope you are following. Okay, therefore, how to define dielectric constant? Now you have three definitions for dielectric constant. One with respect to the force, electrostatic force between the two charges. Another one with respect to the permittivity of the medium divided by permittivity of the free space. Next one is in terms of capacitance for K, that is equal to, what is that? Cm by C. It is the capacitance of the capacitor with the dielectric medium between the plates divided by the capacitance of the capacitor with the air or vacuum between the plates. Clear? Okay, that is enough for today.